So today, CALHFA, the California Housing Finance Agency, they released the handbook for the Dream for Some program. Or I'm sorry, they're calling it the Dream for All program. But when you look at the numbers, there's like less than 2,000 people that are actually gonna get this in a state that's got tens of millions of people in it. So let's be real. But a lot of you guys are dreaming for the Dream for All program. You got a lot of questions about it. Let's talk about it.
Dream of Californication. Dream of Californication.
All right, so yesterday I posted a video about what CALHFA is defining a first generational buyer, which for the Dream for Some program, you gotta be a first generational buyer or you're not eligible for it. So the way that the Dream for Some program is gonna work this year is that you still can get 20% of the sales price, up to 150 grand, as a down payment assistance loan, okay? It's still shared appreciation. It still works like it did last year, where you basically at some point you're gonna have to pay this thing back and the state of California is gonna take a little piece of the action. But the big question that you guys had for me was, what are the income limits? Every single county has a different income limit. The CALHFA sets their income limit for each of these programs, and so the Dream for Some program has its own limit, but they really wanted to confuse everybody, so there's a lot of caveats in this, and some of you guys are going to be pretty pissed off when you find out that somewhere that's way less expensive to live has a way higher income limit than you living in like Orange County or San Francisco or something like that. Now, you may recall from some of my previous videos that after watching the CALHFA board meetings, what happened was a lot of regions in the state were basically complaining that they were underrepresented in the last version of this program, meaning that not enough people bought houses using that program in their county. So the way that they set up this income limit, you can definitely tell that it was intentional to drive more traffic to specific regions, specific counties in the state where they wanted to see more activity, because like San Benito County should not have a higher income limit than Los Angeles County, for instance, but it does. But they also made some more confusion by chopping it up with how the shared appreciation works. So essentially, if you're somebody that makes less than 80% of Fannie Mae's area median income, which I threw a link, if you want to go look at what that is, you can look it up. Every county's different. But if you make at or below the AMI of 80% for whatever county you're buying this house in, then the shared appreciation is less. But if you make more than 80%, but you're still within that Dream for Some income limit that they've set, then you're gonna pay more for the money essentially. But the real rub, guys, is that you gotta be a first generational buyer. And again, check out the video I did yesterday on that. That's gonna take a lot of people out of the game right out of the gate. And then when you factor in the income limits for the specific counties, it's gonna really rule out a lot of people that would typically be eligible for that financing. Still, if you're interested in pursuing this, you need to get with somebody that's approved to do these CALHFA loans, like us at New Way Mortgage. So if you're interested in doing the Dream for All program, part of the process, we got to get you pre-approved, but sometime this spring, the Dream for All portal is going to open up and we need to get you registered, and you also need to be pre-approved with a lender like New Way Mortgage that's doing these transactions. So at that point in time, CALHFA is going to close out the portal. I haven't specified the exact amount of time, but they're going to close the portal and then they're going to randomly select people for the program. Now, I don't know if there's like some dude pulling names out of a hat or if they're using ChatGPT or whatever, but it's supposed to be a random drawing. And then you'll find out, hey, I've got this voucher for the Dream for Some program, which again is good for up to 20%, 150 grand of the purchase price. Little upsetting probably for the people that are going to be left out because of the various new rules that are involved in this program. But that's the Dream for Some. We now know the rules of engagement. Next step is, if you want to participate, gotta get pre-approved. If you haven't already, do me a huge favor, smash that like button. Make sure to leave your comments below. Subscribe to the channel so you get more updates on this and other important mortgage news, and I'll see you on the next video.
Dream of Californication.